Hello guys, welcome to devotional study. My name is Akshay, and today I'm gonna teach you about we are as I mentioned in the last tutorial that we are going to post a new video. We are going to give you an overview about HTML and CSS later on. So this is my first class about the introduction about the HTML and what is HTML, how do we use it, etc., etc. We'll look up about it. So let's get started. We're learning here about HTML, and the first thing is we should have a lot of questions about it, like how we gonna use it, why we are learning this, and why is it so necessary, right? So I'll give you a small example by putting whenever you'll be having food, right? If the food doesn't look good, you don't eat it, because the presentation, yeah, that is very important thing, because that gives the first impression about the thing. How is will it be fine, will it be good or not, right? So that is the thing. We are learning this tutorial because in the previous tutorial I mentioned I have a previous tutorial about client side and server side scripting and language. So server side and client side, we will cover both of things, but one by one. The first thing comes first is first we need to learn about the client side, right? Because that is a structure. First we need to build a structure, then only we can give the functionality, right? If you will see any website, if you don't have a form, you cannot log into that particular website, you cannot register to that particular site, because if that form is not there, how can you put your information, right, to be to work on that particular website? So that is the thing. So today we are learning about HTML. The first introduction class says what we'll learn about it, like how why is it necessary, what can be done with this particular tutorial, and how can we I'll show you one example as well by the end of this video. So first we have three questions here: what, why, and how, right? So let's get started with what. So what is HTML? HTML is hypertext markup language. So what is hypertext markup language now? So we'll divide it first. We'll have a check here. So hypertext is basically a readable text, which simply means text within text. Whenever you will be seeing any text in a website, right, in a computer, any website, that is an electronic text, yeah, because that cannot be erased or something like that. So what does it mean by text within text? Because most of the website you'll be seeing, like if you click on any text, you will be redirected to a different page, and there you'll be having a different text. So by means of hypertext, it is related, right? It is interlinked. Hypertext is a text with hyperlinks, as I've told you. Like if you click on something, it will redirect you to a different page. Okay, so the text that is linked from is called anchor text or stretch text. Means if I'm clicking on something, if I'm redirecting you to a different page, right, where it's totally a linking from one way to another, from source to destination. So basically linking is there, so that redirection is the hypertext. Now we'll have to look for a markup. What is markup? Markup are basically designed for presenting of text. Means how you're gonna see that text in a bold, in italic, in what should be the size of that particular font, what should be, the presentation of the text, basically. All right, that is a markup. How we should put it in a structure, in a structural way, right? The next thing is markup language is the language of web, right? It's a markup. It's a language of web. All right. Basically, whatever language we can see on a website, that is a web-based language. That is basically we need to we need to check for the what can be the possibility to have a markup language. So markup language is a language of web, means whatever language you will be seeing on a web-based application, that should be having a markup language. Second point, the third point should be let me put it across. So it's everything on the web is the combination of markup, right? So we will be using tags, we'll be using different tags to complete the markup language. We will learn about it later. It marks information by tagging them. Yeah, that is what I was saying. We will have to tag each and everything. There are languages where we can create tags, but here if you have heard about XML, there we can create tags, but here we need to use the existing or a predefined tag. That is the difference between HTML and XML, a basic difference. All right, now why HTML? Why should we use HTML here, right? So in HTML, first of all, HTML was introduced or founded by Tim Berners-Lee in 1990, right? He founded this language. Second thing is HTML is basically used to create electronic documents, right? Friends, so let's talk about why HTML, right? Let's talk about why we should use it. So first, Tim Berners-Lee in 1990 founded this HTML language, and it's pretty you know what, why I'm promoting this language. I love this language because whatever language, whatever technology you'll choose, whether either it is if you'll go about .NET, if you'll go about PHP, any web development language, the front end should be HTML. It should be HTML, CSS, JavaScript. That is the secondary things. But first of all, the tagging, the structure, the basic, the structure of that particular website should be built in the HTML language. Right, so here's the Tim Berners photo for you. He's the man of who created this particular language. So because of him, we are using this language, and now it's very popular. We have so much upgradation with this language, so much you can say. We have a lot of support for this language. Now, HTML is used to basically create the documents, electronic documents that are this. I'm sorry for that. The spelling of that is missing. It's incorrect. So that are displayed on the World Wide Web. Yeah, www. Right. Whatever website we'll be building, it's basically used to create electronic documents. HTML. So HTML helps in providing elements and content of set of logic and instructions and how they must appear on the web page browser. That's what the presentation, right? The presentation is very important to put a good presentation in front of the user. Once a user will see your website, if the presentation of that particular website looks good, if it's attractable, then people will fall for your website. They would love to come to your website very often. So that is the power of HTML. It can attracts basically users, right? All browser, that is the most popular point, that is the most amazing point I love about HTML, because most of the language are platform dependent, but HTML, it can be supported on any of the browser. Whatever browser you'll be using, either Mozilla, anything, it'll be supported on all the browsers. Every website founded in HTML. Do learn about it, please. Whatever website you'll be seeing on the web page, it'll be founded, the front end, always it'll be HTML. Right, without HTML, the web just the line of text and numbers. I'm telling you, it's a very serious point. Without HTML, you won't be able to see images, animations, a lot of things. It's just text if you're not using HTML. So how can we use it? It's a basic example. To write a HTML code on the left hand side, whatever this text you can see in bold, that is totally a format, yeah, a syntax basically of HTML. So these are the taggings. I'll let you know in this tutorial itself. I'll give you an example about it. So first text would be a doc type. It defines the document type. I mean, it's basically a document, right? An electronic document. That is what. Second is HTML. From here to the end, we have an HTML code. It says from if you can see here we have, I mean, sorry for that, the second line is it says HTML. That is the start of HTML code. Text between this tag describe the web document. Whatever the text you can see here in this particular in between this tag, that is the web document for you. After this is a body, and then h1p. These are the tags. I'll let you know. I'll give you the a good description about this.